I know what you're thinking. AI is gonna take over everything from jobs, creativity, conversations, even relationships overall. And yeah, it's fast, it's smart, it's everywhere. But the thing is, AI cannot outsmart you unless you already forgot how to be human. So if you want to outsmart it, let's focus on how to be a better human first. Let's get to it. These videos about fear mongering, of course, get the views because you know what? Fear sells, just like other things. The good, positive messages are not the ones that are gonna go viral, but those are the most important ones that you should be listening to. If the doom and gloom is really falling heavy on you, especially after watching all those videos that are just full of that propaganda, how you're not gonna have a job soon, you're gonna be single forever, you gonna become a computer, blah blah blah. There's just so many negative things associated with AI. When you just type it in the search bar, is incredible. And of course, I'm not here to tell you that AI is totally useless to us or that we always gonna be better than AI. There's no such thing. This is not a competition. This should be a symbiotic relationship where we use the AI to our advantage, not AI using us as her, his, their slaves. So let's look at it a little differently. And yes, AI can do data, it can learn fast, it can automate, but can it do depth? Can it do the real consciousness? Does it really have feelings, or are we just too much in our heads and stepping ahead of our time and just really falling into the doom and gloom and negativity? One funny thing about us humans is that we're so scared of anything new and unknown. And AI is one of those things. Just like in Industrial Revolution, people were scared and were fighting the progress of society. And this is also progress. Either you jump on this train of progress and run with it and go far, far to the lands of unknown, or you're gonna get run over. So are you with me to jump on the train and really learn how to live in this symbiotic life with AI successfully or not? Whether you want to be here or not, some days I'm sure you feel a little fearful of, oh my god, how am I gonna handle this? I have no skills that can be not replaced. I'm basically replaceable as a human, but that's not true. You are here for a reason and you are part of this evolution. So if you're gonna be the scared, weak-minded person thinking, oh my god, I have no place in this world because the AI is gonna run me over, man up. You are so important in this whole shift on consciousness. We all are pieces of the puzzle, and if we start missing those pieces, we're never gonna bring it to the end results that we're all supposed to arrive at. And this is gonna sound simple, but being a human is your greatest power. I just feel like over the past, especially past few years, because of the wake of social media and the whole impact on our society and the lockdown and everything, it caused us to really lose touch with ourselves, with what really makes us human, the connection that we're supposed to have with one another, not just online but in real life. We forget how to connect with people, and that's one of the things that AI cannot do. Yes, it can learn from you, it can learn the way you think and the topics that you always ask ChatGPT and all these AI softwares. It can learn your ways, it can learn your data, it can learn you like a computer, but it's never gonna learn you like another human can learn you. It's never gonna have the intuition we have. It's never gonna have the full understanding for one another. It's never gonna have the morality code that we have in us. It's never gonna have the empathy and the emotional intelligence that we have for one another. And those are the things that we should be working on. We should be bettering ourselves in those departments and not just look for another coding class. Not saying those are bad, but we forget that the main focus should be how to be a better human every day, how to help one another to be here successfully and live to our full potential. The modern Western school systems are also a big part of decreasing of the human awareness. Look at the classes that we take or took in the past 10 years or so. Totally useless for life. We don't learn how to be a better human. We don't learn anything about our intuition. We don't learn anything about being emotionally intelligent. We don't learn anything about even just how to use our finances to our advantage. You gotta do these things on your own. And this just shows you that education is so broken. We are not being taught how to be a better human at all. That's what creates so much fear in people today. We are not ready for this transition into a new human evolution, because like it or not, you are part of it. You are becoming a new version of human, and as scary as it may sound, you wouldn't be here if you weren't ready. So you are ready. You just have to perfect those skills, the skills of being a better human being, learning the things that every human should know, such as emotional intelligence, socializing, connecting with people, empathy, listening to our gut, and overall just building a stronger community. So if you want to get some eye-opening points on this topic, keep on watching. And just like with anything, good things take time. Big muscles require time to get bigger. So if you want to grow your intuition muscle and your big human muscle, you just have to give it time. Patience and consistency and discipline are the keys to being successful and better human every day. It's funny to me, but sometimes I look at some people and I think, oh my god, these people are actually closer to being a machine than a human. The way they process information, the way they connect with people, the way they talk to people and socialize. Some people would have better friends with a computer than a real human-to-human interaction. A lot of the people spending time behind their computer screens are really good with learning coding and AI language. But what happened to the human language? What happened to even learning a new language? Is it even a thing anymore? Or are we all relying on Google Translate and not even challenging our own brain anymore? And we all get easily stuck in a repetitive circle when we start having the same breakfast every day, having the same conversations every day at work. It conditions you to just get stuck like on a hamster wheel. Once you start feeding your brain the same information over and over and over, there is hard to make a progress and break the circle. It's hard for everybody. But I believe videos like this and the fact that you clicked on this one or that this video showed on your timeline shows that your brain and your mind is ready for something new, something eye-opening, something that may break that circle of repetitive thoughts and habits and emotions and reactions. Because we're not robots. We were given a soul and this life for a reason. And we're sort of losing that sense of reason as time goes by. The more technology, the more we lose the sense of self. And you see this every day with, for example, art and music and even poetry or anything artsy that you see online. When it's created by AI, it is missing something. It's missing that soul connection, something that just speaks to you when you look at a piece of art that was drawn or made by a human hand, with a human vision, with a human creativity. There's just something that's not there when you just have a spit out AI image from online. It can be beautiful, it can be amazingly done. I'm not saying it's wrong to do it or play with it, but it lacks the soul. And as much as some of these videos online and articles are saying how AI is for our souls and it's gonna try to steal our soul and our whole consciousness, blah blah blah, It cannot steal your soul unless you maybe let it. And even in that way, I don't think it's able to steal what's within you. The soul that makes you so unique and so different from all these machines. Your feelings, your real emotions. It's never gonna be able to do that. It's never gonna be able to mimic that fully. AI can work as a mirror in a way. So if you, in a way, scared of AI and the progress, maybe, just maybe, you're scared of looking deep within at yourself. Maybe you're really just scared of yourself in a way. As sad as it sounds, have you ever thought about it like that? In my eyes, personally, AI is not coming here to replace you. It's maybe just coming here to expose you and expose that maybe you were just not awake enough. Maybe you've been asleep for too long or too deeply, and you need a little kick in the balls to wake up and really start being yourself and the beautiful human that you are. It's getting really sunny here, so I may be putting my sunglasses on, but I feel like I can build a real connection just by looking into your eyes like this. If you look through my sunglasses, it may not be as potent, but hey, we can try. So the real threat isn't AI. The threat is becoming a human that's like AI. We should be scared of the fact that we're slowly becoming a machine that lacks feelings and empathy and emotional intelligence. And these are the points that I would like to touch upon in this video, because the more and more I travel and the more people I talk to, the more I'm noticing that there has been a shift, and it's not just the younger generation. It actually impacts everybody, and no matter your age or your background or upbringing, we're all kind of lost the sense of connectivity. Most of us stopped even learning and believing our intuition, which is such a bad move, because that is one of the things that AI will never have. It will never have the inner moral compass. And the more you stop listening to your intuition, the more you stop listening to your soul and its cravings and its desires and goals, and the more you are becoming a machine, and the more you should fear your own self, because that's not the way to live on this beautiful planet Earth. And I know I can be talking hippy-dippy for some people, but have you ever really given it a thought? Have you ever realized that since maybe the social media and computers, you changed? It's not just the world around you, but you yourself let the world around you and the environment change you, and not for the better. One of the things we can all agree is that AI is pretty predictable. It runs on data. It's just like an Excel spreadsheet. You put in a formula and the AI automates it and learns it, just like coding and any other stuff like that. But you know what makes us human? We are pretty unpredictable. Most of us can act on emotions, and that's one of the things that AI would never do. I'm not saying always act on your emotions, especially if they're not good, such as anger, violence, and things like that. But maybe being a little unpredictable at times and not being so rigid and programmable by the society is what would benefit you in your everyday life. That applies to following all the trends out there. Do you really want to do that? That's pretty predictable. Even the stuff that you watch on TikTok and what's being given to you and fed to you through social media, do you really want to be just one of those people that get fed and don't have a choice to feed themselves? You know what I mean? Your weirdness is also your advantage. That's why I keep on preaching the word stay weird and be yourself, be unique. Because AI is not that. Yes, you can create it into a unique one, in quotation marks, because, you know, how different can it really be from any other software everybody's using? But being you, with your unique experiences, your memories, your background, your cravings for life, and what fulfills you, it's what makes you such a unique human. So tell your story. tell other people your story, because AI doesn't have one. AI is gonna have the story that you tell it, and even though it may try to steal it, it's never gonna be you. So what are some of the things that AI cannot do? Well, for example, it cannot learn your intuition. So one way to master your own human life and outsmart AI is start believing in your intuition. Start learning and training that muscle. It's not gonna happen overnight. Nothing does. Your biceps are not gonna grow overnight. So why do you think the intuition is gonna be something that's gonna happen faster? You just have to let it. Perfecting your knowledge of people's body language, perfecting of empathy and connecting with people is also one of the things that AI will never be able to do the way you can. So connection with people wins, not perfection, not as many followers as possible, but the real human connection, real friendships, real relationships. This is why the idea of marriage and really a deep bond and deep long-term friendship is so important, because anybody can make friends in a short period of time, but are these friends really gonna last? And maybe I shouldn't say everybody, because there are shy people out there and people that just don't open up quickly, which I'm one of them as well. But isn't it just better to build something deeper, something that has more meaning, something that is here to stay, and something that really makes the connection between humans on such a greater level than just a shallow approval and like on social media, or in real life just looking at people from the outside but not really getting to know them, not really getting to know your neighbors. I think those things are so common these days, and it's so bad for us. We should be more of a community. Especially here in Florida, I noticed that that is what people here are. They are more connected, because you know what? We do have hurricanes, we do have natural disasters here, and I feel like that's what trains people to try to rely on one another at times of desperation and when we all need help. That's when people start to be really friendly with one another, because we know at some point we're gonna need each other's help. In other states, for example, I just got back from California and I lived there so many years, so I can see the differences between certain states, and I can see that people there are very not friendly. And I'm not saying everybody, but there is a sense of coldness, sense of I don't need you, I'm gonna meet another people in like 10 minutes, so why would I build a connection? Because when you don't really need them in natural disasters, why would you even care? And that's so wrong. Why would you not want to know your neighbors? Why would you not want to know the cashier that bags your groceries? Why would you not want to acknowledge their hard work, even if their work is a minimum wage work? It's nice to be connected to people that are around you in everyday situations. Become better in connecting with people. It can mean sparking a random conversations anywhere you are. You don't have to be obnoxious. You can tell when people want to talk and when they don't. Especially if you master your emotional intelligence, you can start feeling people. You can feel the room. You can read body language. But those things, just like any muscle, take practice. This is one of the things that AI will never do. It will never be able to read emotions like you can, because maybe it can just see a picture and think, oh, this person has crossed arms, they must be angry or feeling reserved or any kind of thing like that. But in real life, if you see the person, you can feel, especially if you know them or you talked already, that this is just how they like to sit. Not everything has to be a certain formula. That's what makes life so amazing, and that's what makes human experience so amazing. It's not all rigid. It's not all an Excel sheet. So working on your charisma, your social connection, your emotional intelligence are the keys to perfect the human that you are already. Let go of ego, and I know that's easier said than done. I'm working on it every day myself, and ego still shines through a lot of the interactions and things I do every day. But we can all do better, don't you agree? And look at it this way, AI can write you a speech, but can it really move people? Because you can have the most amazing speech in the world, stay on that pedestal and be glorified by media. But if you don't bring in the charisma and the soul that speaks through your work, it's never gonna relate to people on a soul level like a human to human do. The sense of morality, ethics, and just cultural knowledge is also something that you can learn and will learn as time goes and you start connecting with more and more people from different backgrounds. That is one of the things that can build your little human library that AI is never going to be able to access. So work on that human library, fill it with books. I'm being metaphorical here, but fill it with knowledge of being more human, because that's your big advantage right there, just being a better human. And AI can be good at learning average, learn being good at something, but can it really learn to be exceptional? That's on you. You're the one that originates. You're the one that originates things. AI is the one that just automates. Focus on the skills that AI cannot automate easily. Like I mentioned, empathy, social ethics, social intelligence, emotional intelligence. That is really something that's gonna set you apart. At the end of the day, just like with any innovation, you are here to make AI, in a way, your bitch. You don't want to be AI's little slave. You want to make AI work for you, not you work for AI. You can and will always be able to outsmart AI in sarcasm, jokes, humor. Have you ever read anything that AI did that was actually really funny? No, because it lacks soul. It lacks the connection that we have with one another, the way we can relate to each other on another soul level that AI will never be able to understand. If you try to tell AI, try stillness, try to be self-aware, try to sit still and sit with your thoughts and try to listen to your intuition. What do you think the robot is gonna say? It's gonna probably look something online and hear an article on Reddit and try to kind of grasp where you're coming from. But only human can relate to one another in this way. Emotional intelligence plays a huge part in all of this. There are books on it, articles, podcasts, videos. I would suggest everybody to start tapping into stuff that we unfortunately didn't even learn from school. Emotional intelligence is what's gonna help you become a better human, and that's a part of outsmarting AI. Your creative thinking, connecting the dots that AI would just found super confusing because humans are so unpredictable. I can't read them. There are no data available for being emotional, blah blah blah. That's what makes us different. That's what makes us weird. That's what makes us all unique. And I've been preaching this in probably every of my videos. But the more unique you are, the more you are yourself is enough to outsmart AI. Being yourself and not being swallowed by the huge machine is what's gonna help you with this train to the future of somewhat transhumanism that a lot of the fear-mongering videos are all about these days. So social intelligence would be one of those things that we should be mastering. And it's a never-ending process. It should never end because the progress is infinite. It's one of those things that AI is just not gonna grasp. Humans are here to be connected to one another. We're here to build deep relationships. We're here to build deep connections and build memories and really enjoy life, because if you're just going through life alone at most times or all times, it becomes first of all boring and also very depressing. We are social creatures. We should be helping one another, we should be listening to one another, and especially learn from one another. So yes, AI can be smart, but you, my friend, are alive, and that's unbeatable. See you in the next video.